Hi, and welcome to this second video. Today's topic or today's video title, it's gonna be called Keep Going. And why I chose this title for this one? Well, because of two things. The first one is what happened this morning. So this morning I woke up and it was one of those days when you feel like you don't wanna face the world. You just wanna cover in your sheets, just hide from everybody. You feel like you cannot do anything and you just want to disappear from earth and don't do much. I was feeling pretty much down and I had two choices: just stay there in bed, ignore all my problems, or just keep going. And that's pretty much what I did. I forced myself, I literally forced myself to get out of bed. And I went to the bathroom, I washed my face, and I said, I got this. And I think we always kind of like been there. We always had those kind of like shitty, dark days out there, and we don't want to do anything. We hate everybody, or we feel pretty sad, or I don't know, like we have different reasons. So today's video, I just want to like share a little bit of my thoughts on like that, just keep going and just cruise through life. Just keep going and do all of that. So yeah, that was the first thing. And the second thing is like on my first video, this one over here, I call it starting again. It was about just getting this first step. Just start the engine. If you have a goal, if you have something, just start. It's probably one of the hardest parts of just doing anything or going towards a goal. But the second hardest part is just keep the ball rolling, right? So I put my first video out there. I was super excited. By the way, thank you so much everyone that watched this video. I'm just saying, like, probably by now it's gonna be around 200 views. That might not look like massive, but for me it means the world, because I thought we're just like 5 people were gonna watch that video, including my mom and my sister and my dad, and nobody else. But seems like there's people that care or like want to support me, and I really appreciate that. I'm very thankful and very grateful for that. So now, once that I'm out there, and I think I inspire some people to do the same or just do that first step that took me a while to do, it's just like I need to keep the ball rolling, right? I need to keep making videos, just shipping stuff and proving that this is something you can do too. And doesn't apply necessarily to just content creation, any goal you have in mind. I just want to like prove to people that it's possible. So that's pretty much like the goal here. I'm sweating a little bit because I'm getting nervous. This is like a topic that, I don't know, it's a little bit sensitive, I guess. So yeah, also I want to share a little bit of how this keep going concept just applies to everything. So today I was just remembering like a couple of years ago, it was 2020. And here I'm gonna share a little bit of my story. So here's like the meaty part, the juicy part of the video. I'm just gonna share a little bit more about myself. So it was 2020. This is me. I'm gonna put, of course, a picture of me. I look like shit in this picture. I was super depressed. It was in the middle of the pandemic. I was a broken ass student / college graduate, and I didn't know what to do with my life back then. Back then, I was trying to build my own business, build my own startup, to be specific, and I was going against anything logically, right? Everyone finishes kind of like high school or like college, and they just decide to jump on like a career on a job, getting a job. I was like, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to try it first. So I kept going against any kind of like logical path. And I started like facing different challenges. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any experience. I didn't have any team. So I just kept going. Fortunately, I partnered with someone. I got money. I got a team. I kept going. What happened? Pandemic came. Boom. Damn. Holy shit. Now what I do? I just kept going. keep going, trying to do my thing, just reformat the business model, trying to make it online, and everything. Didn't work, got broke, the project failed. Now what? I was feeling like pretty much that I touched rock bottom, but I just decided to keep going. I kept going, and that opportunity or the things that I learned led me to get like a cool remote job for a foreign company. But now what? It's like, oh no, I never worked for a company that speaks a different language than Spanish, my tongue language. Then I never faced these new challenges, or I never worked in this area that was marketing. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I just kept going, kept going. Then I had the chance of starting traveling solo. That's a story though for a different video. And during that time I was like, damn, I didn't expect to travel alone. Now what I'm gonna do is like, I'm in a different country. I never been outside of my country. What I'm gonna do? Just keep going and start meeting people, getting new experiences, and so on. It's great. And that's how it turned like one simple trip into 40 cities, just 40 cities across the world. Like, I think is a lot. And then I just keep going. Then like new things came out on the way, like new projects for other people. It's like, oh, I never did that before. This is a good opportunity, but it's a big challenge, and just kept going, and so on until now, when like 4 years later, I explore a decent part of the world. I have to say, independent. I have financial stability, and all of that. I still this morning didn't consider myself that I was in a good spot, right? I am recently facing like, let's call it a heartbreak, very shitty heartbreak. And I felt like, oh, this is like the worst I've ever been. And it's not always like that. There were darker places. So just that reminds me that I have to keep going. So with that small short story, kind of like also a little bit vague because I'm leaving the story of how I started traveling also for a different video. I just want to illustrate that it's important just to keep going, just to show up, right? I remember also kind of like for a couple of years ago, I was having this conversation with my friend, and he said there are two different skills for people, right? There's resistance and resilience. And resistance, you can be a very resistant person, right? You can resist a lot of pain and a lot of like difficulties, a lot of stress, but at some point you're gonna break up, and you're gonna be a mess. You're gonna be like fucked up pretty much, and then how do you like get up again, right? That's when resilience comes into play, right? Is the skill of just getting back in your feet. And I think that's a more important skill, I think, to learn. I was even talking with my manager, I think, a couple days ago, and I was telling her, yo, I am not feeling my 100% right now. I am just going, but I'm not feeling it. I'm going through a breakup. I'm going through a heartbreak. I don't feel like that. And she's like, well, you're gonna get there. There are gonna be many other occasions like this in your life. So you just like have to kind of like breathe, take a step back, look at all your problems or everything that you have to do or everything that you have to figure out in your life or right now, and just tackle one at a time. And that was a cool advice, by the way. So with saying that, it's just like, I think resilience, or just like this skill of like every time you get fucked up, every time you face a challenge, every time like someone fucks you up or someone is mean at you, or you, I don't know, like the universe decides to put like, a rock in your way, you just need to keep going, because there will be better days to come. By the way, I didn't meant to kind of like turn into a motivational coach or anything, but I just wanted to share pretty much how I was feeling today and part of my story, and use that as to inspiration for other people. Because I think part of me is not only to talk about the things that I do or the crazy experiences that happen, it's also being real and just share, I think, something that can be valuable for other people. So that's pretty much the motive. I'm getting nervous here because I'm also getting out of my comfort zone by, trying to, I don't know, motivate and inspire people in a way. But I think that's also part of the goal of this entire content creation. So yeah, that's, I think, part of the video today. It's a quick one, I think, but the idea is just to keep going. And we're just warming up. Also, we're just warming up now. We are not getting to the juicy part yet. I'm seeing like, okay, who's around? If you're watching this, cool. Like, in the next video, I think I will talk about how I started traveling the world and the story behind, like the real story, like the details and everything. And if that's something you, for example, are interested in, or you want to like know more, and that's something you want to do, well, stick around, because that's something I might talk in the next one. But in the meantime, if you like this, if you like the previous video, if you haven't watched it, you can watch it here. Please subscribe and share the love. And let me know also in the comments, what do you think about what I just said. If it's bullshit, okay, I get it. I'll take as feedback and try to be better. But in the meantime, I'll see you next one. See you guys. Oh, and post-credit scene. Holy shit, I am just sweating right now. I don't know why, because I think like the first one was like, okay, I was motivated, it was great to make the first video. Now, seems like this is getting serious, so I'm just feeling more nervous, I guess. Another thing that I was going to say about keep going is that I'm gonna try to improve these videos over time. The first one, just pure raw footage out there. This one is gonna be too, but I'm gonna like do a little bit of improvements, such as, for example, the light is gonna be better. Just gonna do progressive steps on the way, because I really like to improve over time, and also kind of like show that I care about this. So anyways, now I'll leave you guys and see you in the next one. Peace.